Hey guys, how's it going? Bhavesh this side back with another video. Guys, I hope you all are doing good. So anyways guys, the topic for today's video is like 6 SMMA tips. You can say it's hacks which no marketing guru out there is telling you about getting clients in a week, right? So this is like, not a clickbait video. This video is specifically for the people who have been outreaching for a while. Like they are like 2-3 months in this business and still they haven't got their client. And the hacks which I'll be mentioning in this video, they will be definitely will be very effective for you if you take these hacks and implement and execute in your business right away, like today itself, like when you do the outreach, right? But anyways guys, quick update, like today it's 2nd of November, so we closed our first client for this month for $2,500. Very excited. So yeah, our new month just started and finally we closed our first client. So this month we are aiming to hit like somewhere around 50 to $70,000. Last month we did $39,000 in revenue. So we are averaging somewhere around $30,000-$35,000 every single month. So seems like there was a time like when I started my agency, hitting $5,000 seems like an impossible task, like impossible task. So it's all about the longevity of the period, like for how long you have been staying there, for how long you have been sticking to the plan, right? So I just stick to this business, I stick to the frameworks, I stick to my chair, right? Like this chair itself, I come here daily in front of my laptop, I just start the outreach. So you just have to stick to the plan. Eventually all the things will just come to its place, where it actually meant to be, right? So you just have to keep just taking action, be persistent, and a little bit of resilience that can definitely set you apart from the crowd, right? So for example, your niche is remodeling, right? Guys, I haven't started giving out the hacks, I'm just kind of like introducing this video. But what I was saying is your niche is remodeling, right? So I was reading this book, and in that particular book, actually that book was of Naval Ravikant. And what I was reading is like that guy literally mentioned it doesn't matter how competitive and saturated a space is, industry is. In order to get eradicate all the competition in your particular space, you just have to be authentic. The more authentic you are going to be with your audience, it will be very easy for you to get clients and succeed. So that's exactly what I'm doing, right? So I just came across this kind of a quote like after 2 years, and I was doing this for the last 2 years. I was just being authentic with my audience, and I was just completely direct, right? Like at the time of refunding to my clients, I would have used to just completely let them know like we have initiated a refund of this much, we have failed to deliver this kind, and we are completely working on our systems to improve our systems and to deliver like more in a streamlined way, right? So I was very honest, transparent, and kind of authentic with my audience, and it's just going to pay me off, not right now but later in the future. And I think you guys know, like it's already paying me off, I'm getting consistent clients. But I don't think so I'm in like a specific part of my agency. So yeah guys, so without wasting any more time, let's get straight to the video. I know I have wasted a lot of time for you just to start out this video. But anyways, before I start, just want to let you know, if you're someone new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to drop a feedback whatsoever you guys think about the videos which I'm posting, like whether you think like yeah, the videos aren't like that much valuable, aren't helpful, just drop it down, because whatever you're going to drop as feedback, definitely I'm going to take that feedback in a positive way, and I'm going to work on it. The first hack here is not testing everything, right? And when I'm saying not testing everything, I mean scripts, framework, and approach, right? So let's start off with the scripts. So let me just wait a second. Yeah, so the scripts part is like like I've seen people like especially like in my Facebook group itself, like there are people who just keep on spamming just one single script like for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and they reach out to me and they say like, hey Bhavesh, I've been using this kind of messages, this kind of scripts, and I'm not getting even a single response. I'm being getting ghosted by these prospects, right? And when I ask them like, do you have a follow-up script, most of them like reply like, I don't have a follow-up script. Boom. So there's like one of the mistake you're making right now, you're not just testing everything. So when I'm saying scripts for myself, for my own sales team, right, I actually get on a like weekly check-in call with my team, and if they say like, hey Bhavesh, the script has been getting saturated a little, and we haven't been getting a lot of responses using this script, so at that particular time only, like, I create a new scripts for my sales team, right? Because I know, like, as a marketer and entrepreneur, like, I have to keep on testing new things. I cannot just rely on one single thing. If I just rely on just one specific script, then I'm done. My business ain't going to like sustain, right, for no longer like more than like 6-8 months maybe. But my point is, you have to test the scripts. So for example, whatsoever your niche is, whatsoever platform you're outreaching in, like whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, you should have like minimum of 4 to 6 different scripts to test. You should also have like follow up scripts as well, follow up messages. So at this particular time, like the last I checked my sales stock for my sales team, we had close to around 10 to 15 follow-up messages in place already set up, right? So if a prospect actually ghosts us, so what we do is we just copy paste that follow-up message and boom, we send it over, we get a response. And we have like a follow-up message which works all the time. I'm going to mention this down in this video. So the follow-up message is like, hey, the first name, right? So, hey John, don't ghost me, lol. Yes, or a no would be appreciated. As soon as I send this message, I get a lot of responses from my clients, and from the clients who were like ghosting me for like a 2-3 months, right? I just keep on getting these responses, and that's one way of again igniting that conversation with a prospect, because he has been ghosting you. He has already lost the interest in talking to you, and now once you send this kind of follow-up messages, what happens is like they feel a kind of like they actually take this in a like offensive way, and they think like, why this guy is saying like he's ghosting me, right? So he will definitely click on the message and reply to you like with a reason or whatever the excuse is. And to be honest, I use this message. So I was mentioning, right, like I closed like a $2,500 client today itself. So that's how I closed my client. He was ghosting me for I think 1.5 months maybe. And I've been reaching out to him like, hey Brian, are you there? Are you there? It would be great to hear from you. And guess what? Like after like like there's kind of a plateau to actually follow up with the prospect. And once you reach that plateau, then you have to use these kind of follow up messages. And then I actually sent him like, hey Brian, don't ghost me, lol. It would be great to hear a yes or no from you, something like this. I just sent him a message, and the next day he signed the contract, and today itself he paid the invoice. Tomorrow we have the onboarding call, and he paid us $2,500. Boom. So guys, my point is, always have like variety of scripts. You should be versatile with everything, whether it's scripts, whether a framework, whether your approach. So let's talk about the frameworks and approach part. So for example, on LinkedIn, you are outreaching to your prospect, and you every single time you're just sending him a direct message like, hey John, like we do this, we do that, and you're being getting ghosted, right? Now what to do next, right? So instead of using this approach, you have to test out a new approach where you will be sending him a connection request, a simple connection request like, hey John, looking forward to connect with you. I work with remodelers and help them in generating new leads and appointments, eventually more jobs for them, right? You will use something like this, and when you will be actually get connected with the prospect, then you're going to take a different approach. So instead of directly pitching him, what you can do is you can start and ignite a conversation with him, something like, hey John, appreciate your connection request. So which state are you selling in, and do you do bathroom remodeling, kitchen remodeling, or home remodeling, or all of them, right? Ask them questions, make them about them, just don't make it about yourself. And when I was starting out, I was like completely making about myself. I used to say like, we do this, we do that. And that's why like when like recently I realized like, yeah, at that particular time I was doing this, and because of that I was getting like being ghosted by these prospects, right? So guys, I have reached out to a lot of prospects, a ton of prospects. And if all of those prospects, right, actually got converted into my clients, my agency would have done in like millions in sales, millions in revenue, right? Very easily, because I have reached out to a lot of clients. And actually I got like ghosted a lot of times as well, right? So guys, it's a part of the game. You're outreaching, there will be people who won't be like liking your approach, who won't be preferring like reaching out to them, and they will be like completely ghosting you, they will be ignoring you. That's how it works. So instead of giving up on that prospect, you can use a different scripts which you have just created, And these scripts will definitely help you massively in terms of like reigniting that conversation with your prospect. And guys, there's nothing like, I've seen students, and they say me like, they tell me like, hey Bhavesh, I don't think so, like once a prospect ghosts me, they I don't think so, like we can convert them into a client. That's what I did today morning, right? I sent him a follow-up message, and boom, after that I closed him for $2,500. So it's very much possible. All you have to do is just have some faith and hope. So this was the first hack. Make sure you're doing this right. You're testing every single thing with the scripts, frameworks, as well as the different approach, right? Now, second is, again, it's kind of related to the first point, which is not following up and giving up on your prospects. I have seen my own students, like in my inner circle, like what happens most of the time, like, they connect with the prospect, they talk to them, like they like back and forth, they talk. And what happens, like eventually, like the prospect just ghost. He doesn't reply. He doesn't even check the profile, LinkedIn profile, whatever it is. He just becomes a ghost, right? After that, like what my students do most of the time, they just give up on that particular prospect. And they just think like, yeah, I don't think so this prospect is interested anymore. Let's move on to the next prospect. Guys, one thing I always preach to my own sales team: if a prospect is ghosting you, keep him in the sales pipeline. Just don't give up, right? And don't waste your own time on just one prospect. Just move on to the next prospect, right? And recently, like one of my sales guy was doing this, and I told him, you don't have to waste your time on just one prospect, and reach out to the next prospect so that you can create like more opportunities for your agency, right? And how will you create more opportunities? By reaching out to more people. That's pretty much it. It's that simple, to be honest, right? But here the point is, you don't have to give up on a prospect who is ghosting you, who is not replying to you, and who's not responding to you, and who is not giving you attention, right? Because you need attention from your prospects. And they are playing like push pull game with you. They think like, let's give him attention first and let's pull my attention back, and you feel like kind of anxious, like why this prospect isn't like responding to me, right? So my point is, use your follow-up scripts until you actually hear back from your prospects. Create a Google sheet, write down all the names of the prospects who are interested but now they're ghosting you. So what you have to do is, you have to keep on following up with them like every single month, until you hear something back from them. Like eventually it will be a yes, or eventually it will be a no. But most of the times what generally happens is, like when you follow up, and after like getting ghosted from your prospects, most of the times you get like a no from them. I know this is kind of sad to hear that, because time is money, guys. Like after running my agency for 2.5 years now, I'm like actually realizing, like actually time is money. I cannot just waste my time, because and like Naval Ravikant's book, like he was mentioning something about, when you're earning money with your time, you're not creating wealth, right? So wealth is something like when you're not trading your time to get money. It's like it should be passive. And when it's passive, you're creating wealth. So that's the difference between being wealthy and being rich, right? So wealthy people get passive income, they have real assets. And rich people actually trade their time to make money. And that's what I'm currently doing, right? So I'm trading my time to make money. And I know, like guys, I've just started out. It's my third year in this marketing business. So obviously, guys, it will take time. I'm trying to build out the assets. I'm trying to lay down all the systems for my agency, and like trying to start out new different endeavors for myself. But eventually it will all come into the place as it's actually meant to be. But yeah, that's my point. So guys, let's move on to the next point, and which is, instead of making it about yourself, make it about them, right? So I've already mentioned this about you guys in the starting of the video. Like when I used to prospect initially, what generally used to happen is, I used to make it about myself. All my scripts, all my follow-up messages used to be about me, right? I was lacking call to actions in my scripts. I was lacking frameworks, approach. What I was doing is, I was just reaching out to them blindly, telling them like, hey John, my name is Bhavesh, my company. I was literally mentioning my agency name in my scripts. And as of now, like all the scripts I have, literally you cannot find my agency name in those scripts, because your prospect doesn't want to hear the name of your agency. They don't want to know like which company do you work for, unless they're actually interested, unless they ask you to, what's the name of the company, do you have any references, send me a contract or something like this. But when you're first reaching out to them, like initially, you don't need to tell your company name, you don't need to tell your agency name. I was telling that right in the scripts. So I was just making it all about myself. So now you'll be asking me, hey Bhavesh, how do I make it about them? So guys, the best way is, uh, had a compliment, right? Hey John, like found your profile and got very impressed, like the experience you have in remodeling industry. Just wanted to reach out and just wanted to get to know, like, if you are, is there any chance you are interested in generating more remodeling leads for your business, right? Or as well as in the end you can also drop like one or two call to action, something like, can we chat, right? Also, which state are you selling in? Boom, that's it. So if you can see, like, whatever the script I just said, it wasn't about me, it was all about my prospect, right? On the other hand, like, how will I make it about myself? So I will say, like, hey John, my name is Bhavesh, I work with Growth Magnet Studio. We run Facebook ads for remodelers, we do this, we generate leads, we do appointments. Guys, don't make it about yourself unless your prospect asks you. If your prospect is going to ask you, like, I like to learn more, right? Tell me more about, like, how this works and everything, then it's your time to tell them what do you actually do, how do you do it, what's the process, what's the system looks like. Then it's your time to make it about yourself, right? But initially when you're like connecting with the prospect, just make it about them and you won't regret that, right? So guys, this was the, I think, the third point, and let's talk about the fourth one, and this one is very important, right? So instead of offering what you think is flashy, catchy, tempting, right, you have to start offering what your niche wants. I'm going to give you a real example right now. As you know, like, the new offer in marketing space, which is of like offering TikTok ads, right? I get it, guys, that's a new platform. And people have started, like, advertising on TikTok. I'm not demeaning TikTok or something like that. And actually, like one of my friend, he also runs an agency and he's getting great results for solar industry, for solar leads, with by running TikTok ads, right? But as of now, literally, I've been working with like maybe 20-30 clients in a single month. Active clients I'm talking about. For all of them, guys, we are just running Facebook ads. We are just running Facebook ads. Now you'll be thinking, guys, hey Bhavesh, what does your niche want? My niche wants Facebook ads. I know it. Why? Because the cost per lead is very low, the cost per appointment is very low, their cost per sale is very low. So they would be preferring Facebook ads, and they know, like, Facebook has like in the place for like a long back ago, right? And people has been using Facebook ads more rather than TikTok ads, right? So TikTok recently came into the space, and people started running TikTok ads, and that's where, like, my particular prospects aren't comfortable spending their money on TikTok, because they think like it's kind of a risk, because we don't have a kind of a POC, which is known as proof of concept, right? And so recently what's happening is, like, all the agency owners out there started offering TikTok ads to their prospects. And like later after that, they realized, like, instead of offering TikTok ads, prospects actually wanted, Facebook ads. So what my point is, you have to do your research, right? Without your research, I don't think so you can start your agency. So that's what I actually cover in my inner circle, to be honest. Like, that's like what our first module is. I actually tell you guys, like, how to do the niche research, which website you have to use to do actually the niche research part, which is very essential. And I let my students know, like, I cannot plan your outreach uh, until you, like, do your niche research, right? So that's my point, guys. So always try to offer what your niche wants, instead of what you think like your niche wants, right? Which you think, like, which is tempting, which is flashy, catchy, whatever you want to call, right? So just offer what your prospects want instead of what you think they want, guys. The next point is, this is a big one as well, guys. I've mentioned very good hacks, ignoring volume. You are like 3-4 months in, you haven't got a single client, you haven't got a single appointment. So now you realize what I'm doing wrong. So it could be your scripts, it could be you're not following up enough with your prospects, it could be you're not making about them, you're just making about yourself, and maybe your offer isn't just right for your audience, right? And lastly, this could be another factor, ignoring volume. And when I'm saying volume, you're just not reaching out, you're just not hitting like good volume every single day. I have close to around 8 to 10 people in my sales team, and they're reaching out to maybe, I know, like, I have 8 people in my sales team, still our volume is low. But guys, 600 prospects is a lot in a single day. In a single day, it's a lot. So in a month, that would be 3 6 are 18, close to around 18,000 prospects, right? In a month, we are reaching out to 18,000 prospects, we are putting our offer in front of 18,000 prospects. So do you think, like, from 18,000 prospects it will be impossible for us to land few meetings? From those few meetings, I'm the closer, I actually close all the sales, I have results, I have references, then I'm just going to convert few of those appointments into clients, and boom, that's a good ROI for my agency, from my sales team. You have to lay down the process, and don't forget to ignore the like volume part, right? It's very important. If you have just one LinkedIn account, one Facebook account, just create more, guys. Reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, reach out to like whosoever it is, ask them like, can I use your LinkedIn accounts? I'm going to pay you some money for that. Having a lot of different accounts, that's like an advantage. To be honest, I just only have two LinkedIn accounts, but if I count like in total of like for my sales team, we have close to around 15 to 20 LinkedIn accounts, and I don't think so my sales team is using all of those accounts. I think recently, like, my sales team is also getting lousy, but yesterday itself, like yesterday or the day before yesterday, I had a call with my sales team and let them know this month I need clients from you guys, because I think it's been like 1 or 2 months. I think it's been a 1 month, right? So we haven't got any clients from the sales team. We have been getting appointments from them, but not clients. My point is, guys, you have, like, unless you hit the volume, you are not going to get like a return of your time, because when you're outreaching, guys, you're putting your time in, you're not putting the money in, you're putting the time in order to get the ROI, like you can say the ROI on your investment of your time. Like, I don't think so it's possible, guys, like, unless you hit the volume, right? So just don't ignore the volume part. If you have just one LinkedIn account, create 7, create 10. There's no limit, sky's the limit, guys, right? And do same with like other platforms as well, guys. This is the last one, the sixth point, the sixth step. This is not taking enough action. During the time when I used to outreach time used to look something like this. First of all, like, I think after 6 or 7 p.m., right, my time, IST, which is Indian Standard Time. After that, I used to start with cold calling first. I used to cold call roofers, a lot of roofers. There was my mobile. I used to use like Wi-Fi calling app, second line app, and there was my register here. Like, I used to make notes. I used to make the notes like with the prospects who sounded interested, right? I used to like write their name, company name, their number, and what I actually spoke with them. Boom, that's it. The next day I used to call them again. I used to follow up them, and that's how I used to get them on a meeting. After that, my second phase, my second half of the outreach looks like I started outreaching on LinkedIn, and I started making and posting on Facebook as well to build my personal brand. You should feel it from your within, hey Bhavesh, like, I think so you have put a lot of action today. Let's give yourself a little rest. Then you should like actually give yourself a little rest, right? Because, guys, what I've like seen and actually observed for myself is, everything which comes from my intuitions, right, uh, which actually comes from within of myself, that's true, right? Whatever my gut feeling is saying, I actually consider them true, and I actually never do something against them, right? So when I get this voice from inside me, like, hey, you took some good action today, then I get a little bit of dopamine rush inside me, and then I go to my bed, and then I feel good. So for like, I've already told you about a lot of effects, like compounding effect, popcorn effect, shining effect, right? Main effects as of now for my SMMA agency is, first is compounding effect, second is popcorn effect. And when I say popcorn effect, so how it works is, you're putting the efforts today, and it's going to pay you off like maybe after 2 or 3 months. Like, like how the popcorn actually pops, right? That's like how it works. So you're sending a connection request today, you will get a response maybe down the line, like 2, 3, 4, 5 months after that, right? So this is how it works. So, guys, like, in order to take action, you have to set some goals for yourself, like, yeah, until I reach out to these many prospects, I'm not going to go to the bed. Until I cold call to like 20, 30 different businesses, I'm not going to the bed. Until I get like one appointment today, I'm not going to the bed. Until I'm getting one client, I'm not going to the bed. You have to set some goals for yourself, because without goals, guys, I think it would be a little hard for you to like actually achieve something with your agency. So in front of me, I have a whiteboard, and like I have goals for the month of the October. It's the November is here, so I'll be planning like new goals for this month eventually. Yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the video. This is like a 26 7 minutes banger, a value banger which I've just created for you. In the description there are very like few important links. First of all, like let's connect on Instagram. I have two accounts on Instagram. First is for the reels, second is like my main account. If you want, we can also connect there. Third, if you're someone who's looking to start your agency, or if you're someone who's already prospecting and you're not getting results, then you can join the inner circle, 10K SMMA inner circle. The link is in the description. Join our Facebook group, which is completely free. There's also a masterclass in the description, like which will help you to get your like first client or first appointment, whatever it is, right? So guys, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you got some value out of it. Now I'll be looking forward to like hearing some good feedbacks as well as the negative feedbacks from you guys, right? So guys, I think that's pretty much it. I'll be back with more videos very, very soon. Either way, guys, keep hustling, keep grinding, and don't forget to take action. Bye.